Pahrump Early Learning Academy, our goal is to provide a complete nurturing environment for the growth and development of the whole child, socially, emotionally, physically, and intellectually. Children are natural explorers and need hands-on experiences to help stimulate their own imaginations. We strive to meet the needs of each individual child at their developmental level through planned activities, plus help each child attain a higher level of achievement. Call 751-5335 for more information.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News 46 is also brought to you by Integrity Home Health Care, caring for the Pahrump community for over 3 years. Call 775-751-5100 for your home health care needs. We are here to care for you. News is also brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
First Realty Group cuts a ribbon with the chamber. Up, up, and away, the Balloon Fest is on its way. And time to reserve your seats for the crab feed. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome to News 46, folks. Well, I do apologize. We are having some technical difficulties, so I will be reading old-fashioned. All right, folks. Well, 2 Ukrainian warships are anchored in Crimea today. No fighting has occurred as of yet. Ukrainian authorities claimed that Russian forces had issued an ultimatum for ships to be seized. 16,000 Russian troops closed in on the Ukrainian Crimea Peninsula. Troops yesterday, Russian soldiers controlled all Crimean border posts as well as military facilities in the territory and a ferry terminal in the city of Kerch, just 12 miles across the Russian water. Well, ribbon cutting was held this morning by Pahrump Valley Chamber of Commerce First Realty Group on Winery Road.
All right, I want to thank everyone for coming out here today. It's an exciting day. We're doing a ribbon cutting. I'm here with Tom Blanchard, the owner of First Realty Group, who has bought Mary Greenspan Brokerage's company, up here on 3170 Winery Road. And we're excited to have you here in Pahrump.
Excited to be here.
Time if you cut the ribbon.
All right, here we go.
Thank you, Michael.
Oh,
and we got it.
Go.
There we go. All right. Yeah, so I'm very lucky to be able to build on Mary Greenspan's foundation that she's built here in Pahrump and take over her real estate company and help everybody else find a home or sell their home that they need to.
So what's it mean to you to join the Pahrump Valley Chamber of Commerce?
Well, it's very important to be involved in the community. I was involved in the community when I was in Clark County. I'm going to be involved in the community here in Nye County, and I'm just glad to be able to do it.
Let's hear a little bit about your real estate background.
Oh, I don't think we have enough time for the tape. But a quick synopsis is since 1981, I was originally licensed, but since 95, I've been a real estate agent in Clark County and been doing real estate ever since.
Have you guys decided that you're going to relocate out here, or are you just opening an additional office out here?
Right now, we're just expanding, and the way it looks and being able to have so much land and not have neighbors right next door to you 10 feet away, it's rather appealing to me, and hopefully we are looking into that for the future.
We're here on Winery Road. People can stop by the office. Is it open all the time, regular hours?
Yeah, regular hours, and especially if you're coming up to the winery to have a little bite to eat at Symphony Restaurant, please stop by and say hello.
I have to ask a burning question. How's the real estate market going?
You know, it's got its challenges right now, but I think we'll get through it. We just got to get through all of the stuff that's built up over the last few years that our legislative process has put into play to slow down everything.
So people can find out more about what's available here locally, and especially it's kind of a buyer's market right now, right?
Yeah, it's not only a buyer's market, but it's also really a seller's market, because a lot of people that didn't think they could sell really do have the equity to be able to sell right now.
So for more information, give you a call. What's the number?
Absolutely. It's same number as before, 775-751-6200.
And you guys have a website?
Yes, www.firstrealtygroup.net. That's 1ST.
And after the break, Marty Saltz discussed cancer treatments that can also make you sick.
The second threat cancer survivors could face.
It just seems so unfair that somebody would survive cancer and then have to fight the battle of cardiovascular disease.
The story next on Prescription Health.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Albertsons. You're in for something fresh.
Welcome back to News 46. Well, you probably know when it comes to treating cancer, there are going to be risks. What you may not know is the same chemotherapy treatments that prolong life can also have devastating consequences on your heart. Here's Marty Saltz with the story.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
Fit and strong are two words to describe Derek Fitzgerald, but his life is just getting back on track after doctors found a grapefruit-sized tumor in his stomach 10 years ago and diagnosed him with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
They said, Derek, you've got cancer.
His best shot at survival? Chemotherapy. Derek underwent 6 rounds. It destroyed the cancer, but also damaged his heart. He lived with severe heart failure for 7 years, then was placed on the transplant list.
And every night, as I closed my eyes to go to sleep, I wondered, how long can I go through this? How much more can my body take before I just close my eyes and don't wake up?
It's a reality Dr. Marielle Jessup says few patients are aware of.
In Derek's case, there are chemotherapy agents that actually weaken the heart.
In fact, she says treatment may put a survivor at 3 to 7 times greater risk of developing heart disease.
So many patients that come here say, I just can't believe something else happened to me.
Her best advice? Talk to your doctor about your risk and get regular health screenings. Derek found a new heart, and despite having never exercised before, began to honor his donor. 8 months post-transplant, he ran his first 5K. 2 months later, he ran a half marathon. Just 2 years later, he completed his first Ironman.
Every time I get out there, it's a celebration of this chance that I've been given.
One he's not taking for granted. I'm Marty Salt reporting.
You see everybody screaming, and stomping their feet, and music blaring, and to be able to hear Mike Riley say,
Derek is the first cancer and heart transplant survivor to finish an Ironman, and his third chance at life keeps getting better. After struggling with infertility, he and his wife had their first baby this year. Well, electronics retailer Radio Shack plans to close as many as 1,100 stores, or nearly 20% of its locations. The closings will leave it with more than 4,000 stores, including 900 operated as franchise locations. Radio Shack also reported that sales at stores open at least a year fell 19% in the last quarter. It blamed the drop on traffic declines and weak sales of mobile devices such as cell phones. Well, District 36 Assemblyman James Oscarson is joined by Senator Pete Goycochea. The pair spoke to News 46 recently about the upcoming election.
We're actively seeking again the position of Assemblyman in District 36. Proud to have served this far and look forward to doing it again and again.
So your campaign goes every 2 years. Tell me a little bit about the last legislative session, some things that you signed, some bills that you're very proud of.
The legislative session was a great experience for me. There's a tremendous learning curve, but I feel like I've learned a lot from that experience. Passed some good legislation, some bill that allows the county commissioners to appoint people to boards, which was really onerous to some of the smaller counties and some of the areas that weren't able to have the positions filled by the governor in a timely manner. We've been very fortunate to work on some water legislation and some lands legislation, some gun legislation, obviously to keep our rights from being trampled, and we were very proud of that. And working together with the senator, we've been very successful, I believe.
Some of the things that you and Mr. Gokachia really focused on was being accessible. You're from up north, and James is down here, and having the office here, but really kind of teaming up to represent the constituents here in the state.
Well, Senate District 19 is huge, from Oregon, Idaho to Prim on the California border. So I'm very dependent on my assemblymen, both James Oscarson and John Ellison in the north. If it wasn't for James down here keeping me posted, keeping his finger on the pulse, he calls me, emails me, says, hey, we've got an issue with this. What do you think we should do with this? And sometimes says, hey, you need to get down here. We've got a real issue. So I'm very dependent on James. He has all my support. We worked through the session very closely. I think we did our town hall meetings, phone conferences back into Pahrump and Elko, very well received. Again, as James said, we had some tremendous legislation. I think AB 227, which was the public lands legislation that created the task force that will take a long, hard look at whether those lands should be returned to the state of Nevada. 343 was another that allows for ATVs to be, if they're multi-passenger, they can be registered and insured and driven on the roads in the state. So we've got I think we had a tremendous session. I would like to say that I want to thank Pahrump. I've represented them for 15 months now. Great people down here. We've got a lot of work to do, and I am glad that I only have to run every 4 years.
And to view the extended interview, go to KPVM's YouTube page. And here's your tech tip of the week from Inks Auto Repair.
Hi, I'm Paul with Inks Auto Repair. Tech tip of the week, motorhomes usually require more maintenance than your car or your motorcycle. They sit all year, you take them out on the road, run big miles on them. This one here had a tranny leak. Let's remember to service those trannies, take care of the fluids. That's your tech tip of the week. I'm Paul with Inks Auto Repair, 727-8221. Our address is 1820 West Mesquite Avenue.